So Eric, how are you? This is William, SharpeSoft CEO. We're just doing a little client spotlight with KSE, one of our clients here in Southern California. Um, Eric, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Erick Castro. I'm with KSE, Kana Subsurface Engineering. We're an underground utilities contractor specializing in the federal, state, anything with the disabled veteran requirement, participation goal. So any public works that requires the participation of a veteran-owned company like ourselves. Been doing this with KSE for the last 7 years. I was in the military as a combat engineer, got to blow up stuff, got to do some construction in the military. Um, got deployed in 2003. I got the opportunity to represent our country, fight in the uniform and overseas. Unfortunately, got injured. Then medically retired out of the Army after 4.5 years. But now did my part for the country. Now I'm trying to move on to the next step and next chapter in life and move on.
Mm. Well, we definitely thank you for your service and how our paths crossed in 2019. SharpeSoft was able to partner with KSE to help out you and the company and get you guys some estimating solutions. So can we get back a little bit to the military time? What was the mindset kind of going out to serve the country and to be a part of that, and then kind of walk through what that looks like? I know that you're combat injured, a Purple Heart recipient. Yeah, just kind of let us know some thoughts on that if you could.
The initial interest started back in the first Gulf War when watching it on TV, on CNN with the reporters shaking the tanks and all that. So I was in my teens during that time. I was like, you know what, this is pretty cool. This is something I want to do. Get back to the country. I wasn't born in this country. I immigrated from Mexico up here. Then I said, you know what? I love the military, I love this country. This is like one way to give back. At the age of 19, I joined the military as a combat engineer. Got to go to Germany, was stationed there for 2 years. Got to travel while I was doing my training there. Then mobilized back to the States to Fort Carson. From Fort Carson, we got the call, hey guys, you guys are going to fight in Iraq in 2003. In that time, I mean, all this time frame, you've been training to go fight this big war, and finally we're giving you that opportunity to go out there and fight. So we were excited. And my job, my MOS was a combat engineer, so we dealt with explosives, we traveled with the infantry. Anything that needed to be opened, we opened it. Anything that needed to be built as far as bridges, demolition, anything like that, or mine clearing, we did it for the combat arms as a support service for them. So we were excited to go out there and do it live, but real life, real world scenarios now. So in 2003, I got to go to Fallujah, Ramadi, the west end of Sunni Triangle. 6 months into that, I got injured. I got hit with a light anti-tank weapon, where it's a missile designed to demobilize tanks. It went through the vehicle, hit my 240 gunner, hit myself, and hit the track commander. And it took all three of our legs off in one round. After that, I went to the hospital, did all my rehab. I actually got my Purple Heart from President Bush. He came to Walter Reed, presented me with a Purple Heart, and I'm medically retired out of the Army at the age of 23.
Wow.
So at that end, I was like, hey, what do you do? What do you do now?
Well, besides recover, right? But man, thank you again, Eric, for your. A lot of people, I think, say, yeah, I want to go out and serve the country, but you did it on a different level, and that's much appreciated for there. And so, how did that leaving the military and then now as a disabled veteran, how did that get you into the construction environment?
Actually, one of the reasons I was able to move on, maybe not as fast, but fast enough, was the support from the Vietnam veterans. We had all the Vietnam veterans come through the hospital. Well, a couple of them were amputees like myself, or even missing two legs. And they're like, hey, guy, I mean, this is what we're doing. We live life to the fullest. And you could do on whatever you want with the rest of your life. You got a lot of opportunities. The military door closed, but now you can do other stuff. So that kind of motivated, okay, you know what? I can't be a ground pounder. I can't go out and fight another war, but I'm still here. I still got my mind is still fully capable. So let me see what else I can do. So after that, I went back to school, graduated from Arizona State with a math degree. Then came back to Southern California and said, hey, you know what? I need a job. So I sent a mass email. I landed a job with a small telecom company as a assistant controller, then worked my way up to the operations guy. So learned more about construction, more about marketing, more about how to put an estimate together, how to do the ins and outs of a small business. So after that, I went on to something else. Is like, you know what? I know how to do this stuff. How do I do it better?
Mm.
I went back to school, worked on my master's, got my MBA from University of Phoenix. And at the same time, I started working for Hana Pipeline, which is a large pipeline company in Southern California. So when I got in there, I started learning the ins and outs of underground utilities, how to install pipe, how to do everything, how to do the plan changes, how to read plans a little bit more accurately, how to put estimates, everything I need to know. Then I was finally graduated with my MBA, had experience in the construction side. Then I got the opportunity to work on the accounting side because my MBA has a concentration in accounting. So I got the field experience, I got the operational experience. Now I was getting the accounting experience. Then a couple of years into it, then opportunity came in. One of KSE Kana was KSE Kana Subsurface Engineering was about to close down. Then I talked to the current owner and say, you know what? Let me buy into it. Let me run it and make it a veteran company, and we can chase other markets that you guys aren't really touching, that we can pursue and then be potentially successful because we have not preferential treatment, but there's preferences, there's goals that the large GCs are going to try to meet, and we can leverage those to find opportunities. And so after a couple months of going back and forth, we closed the deal. And that's how KSC went from just a potholing to doing underground utilities, doing the water source surveying, and also locating and also potholing. So we started with 2 employees when I first took it over. Now we're up to close to 50 after 5, 6 years later.
That is awesome, and I'm sure no doubt that military experience, that perseverance, and that ability to plan and strategize to take care of a mission. Now it's a new mission within KSE, right?
Correct. It's a new mission, but you still got to find the objective and move towards the objective. And okay, how do I accomplish this? Okay, an obstacle came about. Okay, how do I go around it? How do I go underneath it? How to go through it? How do I get to my objective? I mean, you still have to get the discipline. You have to get the knowledge, the courage, personal courage to pursue, to make sure you're at the job site at 2, 3 in the morning, or be at the office by 6, 7 in the morning. I mean, all that stuff you learned in the military still applies in the civilian world. I mean, if you'd be surprised the stuff the military does that the civilian world does too. Maybe they call it something else, but it's still the same thing.
Yeah, and there's probably a lot more of those similarities as well. And I think that most importantly, it probably brings integrity. Now that you're dealing with people, that integrity of being, especially a veteran, but a disabled veteran, hopefully people realize that somebody who's willing to do that for our country is not going to be doing things the wrong way, not trying to cut corners and not trying to, to get one over on people, but just a true, genuine, filled full of integrity guy. And I will tell you that from my experience, that's what I've experienced from you too. So I definitely applaud that and I thank you. How is that? So now looking back, it's been several years, Kana's growing. How is it being a disabled veteran? Would you change that? Are you embracing that for what it is and the new path that you're on?
These are the cards where I was dealt, so I got to embrace it. Got to run with it. Luckily, like you mentioned, integrity. Thanks to like SharpeSoft, now when we present price changes or if they want to get a quote, we actually present one of the reports from SharpeSoft. It includes everything, all the costs are included. Everything's that in black and white. It's like, hey, customer, here's my cost. I'm not trying to lie. This is being my true cost. This is exactly what I'm gonna do, and this is exactly how much I'm gonna charge you and what's gonna cost me. So when it comes to integrity, we're an open book to the client. So hey, this is exactly what we're gonna do, and we're literally printing it out from the estimating software and present it to the client. So it's like, hey, these guys, the client comes back to us and say, hey, these guys are legitimate, they're honest, they have the correct pricing, they're not trying to pull a fast one on us, and we're doing what we're going to say we're going to do because we're presenting it and it's in paper.
Man, that's awesome. And I think that how hard was it to do that when you were bidding on a napkin or Excel or any of those kind of things?
Oh, there was nothing on Excel. I mean, you can't run a report. You can't do any of that. Now we okay, let me click this report. Okay, here's all your labor costs. Let me click on this report. Here's all your equipment costs. And the beauty of SharpeSoft is that we can run all the data that we estimated, everything that we have in there, we can upload it directly into our accounting, our project management software, and interface directly. So all that double data entry you had in the past is gone away. You can run a report from SharpeSoft, present it. Okay, the client likes it. Okay, we got the contract. Move it directly, move all the data directly to your software. And it takes seconds, not days or anything like that, just seconds.
In that efficiency, man, Eric, I definitely appreciate hearing that. I definitely wasn't anticipating that, but I love to hear that we could help in that efficiency. That's what we do. That's what we're trying to do, make things easy and efficient for you guys, but yet detailed. And I can't help but think that a lot of those similarities apply into the military side, right? If you did things non-efficient, quite a few more people would get injured or hurt. But the way you guys operate, just efficient and tactical and doing those things, if I could bridge that gap, that we at Sharp try to do that same thing, allow you guys a tactical advantage in your estimates, for that transparency, for those reports, for that availability to be efficient in that area. So definitely, I appreciate that plug. Thank you very much. And
yeah, I mean, on the construction side, we all know it's about numbers. The more estimates you get out the door, the more likely you are going to win. I mean, if you have a 10% ratio, a win ratio, you got to get the 10 bids out to win one. So the faster, the leaner, the more you streamline, the more easy it is to estimate, the more work you're going to get. And that's what we found is that, hey, we are able to create assemblies on the master list, on the assembly side, we are able to create jobs, estimate jobs, and we're able to do them faster now. And we're able, instead of going to bidding one job a week, now we're bidding 4 or 5 jobs a week. So we're able to be faster now on the estimating side.
So I think with that too, but yet still having a massive amount of detail, right, Eric? You guys have estimates that are crazy amount of detail.
Yeah, I mean, trench profiles, before we never dealt with that. Now, okay, how much spoils, how native backfill we're gonna have, well, how much export we're gonna need, or import we're gonna need, with the size of the pipe, all that comes with the software now. And before, I was okay, let me try to figure it out on a piece of napkin, or let me try to type it in on Excel. Now, hit report, hit print, okay, here's all your data. And we have everything on the fingertips now.
I couldn't have asked for a better description, and that was totally not planned. And I appreciate every bit of that, Eric. That was awesome. So just in kind of in talking about it, we were able to partner up with you guys in 2019, probably a little bit before, but just kind of made an official. You guys were our veteran winner in 2019. What is 2019 to now 2021 kind of look for you guys in company growth? You've talked about bidding more jobs. It seems like, as we're seeing from clients, it's a busy market out there. And so it seems like it's kind of throwing more against the wall to try to get more to stick. There's probably more competitors because it is a busy market. So what are you seeing in the last 2 years?
Actually, the last 2 years, towards the beginning of the year, we had so much backlog, we stopped bidding for a while.
Wow.
Because our hit ratio, our win ratio was a lot higher now. Now we know exactly what we're bidding, or what our exact cost is, and what our markup is. If it's our indirect cost, or overhead cost, all that was plugged into the system. So now, if we really want to get aggressive and win a job, we can do that, because now we know how to play with the profit margin instead of trying to figure out, oh, let me play with this, play with that. No, the system does that for you. So we were able to win a lot more jobs last couple of years. So the beginning of this year, we kind of stopped bidding work for 6 months because our backlog was huge. It's like, we know what, we gotta back off. We're winning. We have a lot of jobs. So now we got to slow down, because if you don't have the capital or the staff or anything to do the jobs, you can go under. So because of the system, we're able to win more jobs and get to a point where, like, hey, you know what? Let's stop bidding for a little bit, because we got plenty of work. And let's see how we do compared to the estimates, compared to how we actually perform, and fine tune the system. And we're going to start bidding again next month.
Man, that's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
And I think, Eric, what you're talking about, most companies don't operate that way, but being a business owner who has integrity, right? You're not going out to try to get a bunch of work that you can't get. You're just getting the work that's profitable for you guys. And then the ability to hit pause. What a great feeling. What a great feeling that you could turn your faucet on and off when you need it because of having, as you said, detailed numbers and detailed estimates and being able to just be a little bit more dialed in. Maybe that bullseye is better. That's got to be a good feeling sitting in your position as an owner in a company going, hey, I know I could crank it on and I could get 20 jobs tomorrow, or I could dial back and still maintain our margins, our integrity, get the work done, be able to take care of clients, make sure that they're happy and good. Man, that's awesome. And that's awesome to hear. Well done.
No, thank you for that. Yeah, like you said, at the end of the day, if the customers are not happy because we can't get to the job, then we're not going to bid to them again because there's more opportunities. And we're able to fine tune with like parameters, profit margins and all that. If we need more work, we'll dial it down. If we want to stop, we dial it up. So yeah, we're in a good position right now.
Man, that's awesome to hear. And so just, Eric, I think we could talk all day, and I definitely love catching up and talking. Maybe if I could just ask, where do you see KSE in the next couple years? If we talked about the couple years since we've been partnering, what's the horizon? What's the next target? Where do you guys go in the next couple of years?
Next couple of years, we're probably going to try to aim maybe at 15 million a year. But as we're growing, we're trying to work and make sure that we have the proper infrastructure, proper procedures, proper like everything. Because if we get a bunch of work and we overextend ourselves, we're going to buckle. So we got to make sure we're doing everything correctly. Safety is the key, making sure everybody's trained in safety, making sure all our estimates are accurate, making sure our procedures on the field, or we can track everything that's happening on the field, and making sure we're profitable. I mean, you can do a bunch of jobs and not turn a dime, so you won't be here. So we got to make sure at the end of the day, we got to be profitable too. So we got to make sure everything is fine-tuned before we start overexpanding ourselves. So maybe grow another 20% in the next couple of years.
Man, that's awesome to hear. And we'll be praying for you guys and hoping that the market will bear that. And even if it doesn't, we hear consistently when you have to dial back some numbers, I joke about when I'm talking about with new clients or potential clients, we have these need a job rates and able to switch through those and get a job. For all that equipment you've been putting to work for the last 7 years, man, now you could leverage it to be able to get some more work. And I love hearing that you say that you have a competitive advantage because of using SharpeSoft, man. And Eric, we're excited to partner with you guys and continue to partner with you guys and help you guys grow and be in that position. And just to be excited for what you guys have done and excited for what you guys are doing.
No, thank you for that. And thank you for the support you have given us from the free software, the subscription a couple of years back to actually keeping the software up to date. A lot of the other softwares, they build it and forget about it, but you guys are actually keeping up everything current. So we're really thankful for that.
Man, that is awesome. And I love hearing every bit of that. And so, Eric, as we're kind of closing up here, just any last closing thoughts, whether it's either maybe to a young man out here that's happens to stumble on this video that's got nothing to do with construction or estimating, and about the military, or it could be about construction or about the software, just something, just kind of a parting nugget, if you would, to somebody who may not be anticipating what you're going to say.
If you want to get into the construction industry, estimating and finding the right software, using SharpeSoft, learning SharpeSoft, the ins and outs, you'll be pretty successful. I mean, you get all the detail, you get all the costs in there. I mean, if you want to play with the production, if you want to be a good estimator, go to a SharpeSoft, make sure you learn the ins and outs, and you'll be really, really successful in estimating. So my plug is to your software. It helps out a lot, from going from Excel to a software that actually made us successful and it was able to help us land more work.
Man, Eric, I would tell you that when we were going back and forth in 2019 about what veteran company we were going to go with, I'm happy that we leaned into you guys and you guys leaned into us, and we're we're a small component in your success block, in your success team. And man, I look forward to many more years of success for you guys and partnership on our side, and just massively excited for you guys. And we're looking forward to do whatever we can do to help.
Oh, thank you for that. And thank you for all the help you guys have given us and all the attention to detail too.
Man, that's awesome. I thank you once again, Eric, for your service to our country and our nation, and the sacrifice that I know that the military personnel go through, and to be able to see you here 18, 20 years down the road, wow, successful, living the dream, business ownership, growing, helping other people, encourage. I think that that's an encouragement to veterans as a whole, but also to disabled veterans, that there is hope after whatever happens. So well done, my friend. Great job. And again, hats off to you, and thank you for your service. We appreciate you very much.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Man, that's awesome. So, man, SharpeSoft, KSE Underground here in Southern California. Check us out. Check them out. If you guys need anything that's a disabled veteran-owned business, KSE, the guys to go get it done. So, Eric, man, I thank you with that. You guys have a great night. Thank you.